superhero films have been dominating it at the box office. Huh? The last Marvel movie came out more than a year and a half ago? What? Croods 2 is making more money than the last DC film? Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Gabriel and I love to rank movies. If you can relate, consider hitting that subscribe button. And please know that everything I say about these movies is just my opinion, but I would love to see yours down in the comment section. But with that said, let's get started. Coming in 10th place is going to be Spider-Man 2. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that this film is even better than the original Spider-Man movie. I'm not quite there, but I still think it's a great film. Just like the first, Spider-Man 2 has an amazing plot with amazing characters and an unforgettable villain played by the amazing actor Alfred Molina. Speaking of acting, I thought the acting was pretty good. Besides Tobey Maguire, I don't really like him as Spider-Man, and I would definitely prefer Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, which may be a bit of a hot take, but Tobey Maguire isn't terrible. I also think the subplot about Spider-Man losing his powers is kinda stupid, but those are just little nitpicks I have with the film, but this film is too good for the nitpicks to matter. Surprisingly, the visual effects hold up pretty well, considering the film came out over 15 years ago, giving one of the best superhero movies ever. In 9th place, I have Spider-Man Far From Home. This is just a really fun sequel with great performances all around, another great nemesis for Spider-Man, and fantastic action with spectacular special effects. I definitely think this is probably the funniest Spider-Man movie with hilarious jokes. Tom Holland is easily my favorite Spider-Man, even though Andrew Garfield is the better actor. For me, this is just an underrated superhero movie that doesn't deserve some of the hate it gets. Number 8 is Avengers Infinity War. It is just magnificent seeing characters like the Guardians of the Galaxy, but then also Spider-Man and Thor all interact with each other, which makes one of the funniest films produced by Marvel. This film also introduces a great villain, Thanos, which putting all together makes for an astounding film. Avengers Infinity War masterfully blends characters from 10 franchises into part 1 of the 2-film finale of Marvel Studios' Infinity Saga. It's truly a roller coaster ride that is action-packed and filled with emotion from beginning to end. In 7th place, I have Avengers Endgame. Okay, Endgame seriously grossed more than $2.5 billion at the box office, which is just an insane amount of money to make. And honestly, it deserved it. The entire cast gives it their absolute all. The script is brilliant and drops hilarious one-liners throughout. The CGI is better than ever, the story is well-paced and well-written, the score is exciting and epic like I said in my film scores video, and the climax may just be the greatest climax I have ever seen. In 6th place is The Winter Soldier. I'm not joking, this used to be one of my least favorite films of all time. I actually used to hate it, but after rewatching, I loved it. Yeah, I said this was my second favorite MCU film in my phases ranking. It's bumped back to number 3, but that doesn't change my love for this film. Even non-superhero movie fans will probably like this film because it's more in the spy genre. The events of this movie are significant and changed a lot of stuff that happened later in the Infinity Saga, especially everything related to S.H.I.E.L.D. This film literally has everything that you want from this type of film, and trust me, it does not disappoint. Kicking off the top 5 is The Dark Knight. I know this placing contradicts with my Batman ranking, but since then, you'll be happy to know that Batman Begins is now my runner-up, and The Dark Knight is my favorite Batman movie.
Things change.
There's seriously nothing bad I can say about The Dark Knight. It is an amazingly crafted movie that was well written, directed, and acted by passionate people who truly cared about what they were making. Next up in 4th place is Spider-Man Homecoming. I've always loved seeing Peter Parker at the high school age perspective. Ned is such a funny character.
Could have died. Do you lay eggs?
And the Vulture is one of the best comic book villains adapted for the big screen, so it's no surprise that Spider-Man Homecoming is my 4th favorite superhero movie of all time. It's the most rewatchable Marvel film in my opinion. I could watch it every day and not get tired of it, and it works both as an amazing superhero film and an amazing coming-of-age film. Just cracking the top 3 is Shazam! Superman Meets Big, starring Flynn Rider.
Hi.
What else should I say? This film is DCEU. I've liked everything I've seen from the DCEU. Yes, that includes its so-called bad movies. And this is easily my favorite movie out of the DCEU, and just DC in general. This film is extremely funny, and it is easily one of my favorite superhero movies. The action is great as always. The visual effects were pretty good for the DCEU too. Like I said, this film stars Flynn Rider, or Zachary Levi, and he was so great as a man-child, and I'm really excited to see him in Shazam! Fury of the Gods. My runner-up is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. This film is seriously too funny for words. It is just extremely funny. It also has some pretty spectacular space battles with really impressive CGI. Every cast member, especially Chris Pratt, delivers their lines amazingly with a script that is full of heart and comedy. As a whole, this film is visual beauty that I'm looking forward to watching again. But coming into first place is Spider-Man from 2002. This film is very cheesy, but a masterpiece. Spider-Man's origin story was great and very well done. I thought the action was pretty great and very creative. Danny Elfman's score included many pieces of music that are all great, and William Dafoe's performance as Norman Osborn was amazing as he nailed it as the Green Goblin. Looking back at it now, it does seem a bit dated and has aged because of the effects, but that doesn't stop it from being a great movie. This is just a nearly perfect, true to its origins classic. Sam Raimi was a great choice to make this film, and if Tobey Maguire actually comes back in John Watts' Spider-Man 3, it might become my favorite Spider-Man movie. But as of now, this is my favorite superhero and comic book movie of all time. You don't agree with me?
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Hi guys, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video. But with that said, stay tuned and subscribe to Cinema Ranks.